Hey, you probably don't know who I am, so let's keep it that way. In this video, I'll be talking about my experience with one of the greatest manga/anime series of all time, One Piece. And also why you should watch/read it. Because it's really fucking good. Alright, so look, I'll be honest with you. I'm a random teenager on the internet, so this video probably won't be good at all, considering my track record. And especially because I've never written a script before. But I'll at least try making something interesting. And with that disclaimer out the way, let's actually begin the video. One Piece is a Japanese manga, blah blah blah. If you wanted to know about that stuff, you just read the wiki page. So I'll just basically be winging it with the information, unless it's something specific and I want to make it funny. And I'll be mostly talking about the anime, since that's how I've experienced One Piece for most of it. Yeah, I know, the manga is better. Shut the fuck up.
Well, how about next time you get a board that can handle the neutron style? Later, Nick.
When I started out my career as a fucking degenerate, I thought that Naruto and Dragon Ball were the shit. Like, the best thing in the universe. But, I completed them pretty quickly because I had an infinite amount of free time, like every kid does, and ended up with nothing to watch. So I'm sitting there on my pirate site of choice. Get it? Pirate site? One Piece pirate? Jokes. Anyway, I'm sitting there on my pirate site with my crippling Naruto withdrawals when I noticed this one weird character on the front page that I thought looked kinda cool. So I, as a 10-year-old child, did some digging and found out that he was the main character of this show called One Piece. And I'm sitting there, desperately looking for a new anime to watch, thinking, oh boy, a new anime I can waste hundreds of hours watching. But for some reason, I decided to watch and I'm not kidding, a Watch Mojo Top 10 One Piece Moments video to, know what I'm getting into. In the video, they state at the beginning something that goes like, our favorite rubber boy has gone on a lot of adventures. Now me, as a 10-year-old kid that is so used to cool stuff like energy balls and beams and shit going fucking ballistic and Sharingan and boo-doo-boo, I go, well, he's made of rubber? What kind of dumbass do they take me for? No one would watch something as stupid as that. Fuck One Piece is so stupid. Wee-woo. So I stopped watching the video as soon as they said that, and decided I hated One Piece and would never watch it ever. So, not the best first impression, but since I was so stupid and literally didn't know how to find anime to watch, I eventually caved in and was like, oh, fine, I'll give this One Piece thing a shot. So I clicked on episode 1 with the expectation of being very angry and very disappointed. I mean, I'm not sure how you could disappoint someone who already hates something, but hey, kids, am I right? So then the Funimation English opening started playing. Don't judge me, I was like 10. I watched dubs because I didn't want to bother reading subtitles. And I thought, wow, this song is good. Maybe I was wrong. Maybe this isn't so bad after all. Nah, this is still probably garbage. The main character's power is that he's made out of rubber and this One Piece is way too long. I'm not gonna watch all of this. So the opening stopped and immediately my 10 millisecond attention span was feeling bored because nothing was happening until we got to the part where the main character breaks out of this barrel and shouts, "I had a great nap!" while accidentally punching some random guy. This made my brain release tons of dopamine and go, "Oh my god, this guy is great! Looks like I was wrong this whole time! Holy shit, I love One Piece!" Until he introduces himself as Monkey D. Luffy. My first thought was like, his name is Monkey? Monkey D. Luffy? Who names their child Luffy, and how the fuck is his last name Monkey? Of course, I now realize that the last name Monkey is probably one of the greatest things ever imagined in the universe, but my child brain was too underdeveloped to realize that monkeys are pretty cool.
Go back! I want to be Monkey!
Anyways, so in One Piece, there are these things called devil fruits, which are basically just your shonen thing of, we gotta have cool superpowers or else the kids aren't gonna watch. And in this case, if you eat them, you get a cool power. But you also lose the ability to swim. And well, in a world that's literally just like water and islands, I mean, holy shit, look at it. I'd say that's a pretty bad punishment. Luffy's power is literally being rubber, which sounds very stupid at first, but Oda manages to prove to all the dumbasses out there, me included, that it's not about the metaphorical size of the power, it's about how you use it. Like, literally in the first episode, Luffy stretches his arm back and goes, Now, I don't know about you, but in my opinion, that seems pretty useful. When then this fat lady gets blasted off at like 88 miles per hour, which, I gotta say, it's pretty funny. Yes, his penis can stretch too, in case you were wondering. So Luffy meets this guy Kobe or whatever, it's not important. He's a bitch, yada yada, a bunch of shit happens. What I actually want to talk about is the first point that One Piece really surprised me with its story and characters. So up to this point, One Piece has been about like cool adventures and shiz, which, don't get me wrong, is really cool and fun. But this is where the big boy shiz happens. With a Z. Welcome to the Bereti. Baratie. Bereti. Barata. It doesn't matter. A very popular, probably, big fish-shaped restaurant that's also a boat. By the way, how the fuck does that work? Like, How on earth are people going to know where it is located at any given time if there's no GPS in One Piece and it's just floating somewhere in the middle of a gigantic fucking ocean? Anyways, basically, Luffy fucks it up and he's forced to work there to fix the damaged ship, and then we meet this chef named Sanji.
Later!
When you meet him, he's kinda cool, but also kind of an asshole to people, unless you happen to be a woman.
どうですお姉さん、俺と向こうでワインでも飲みませんか？ん？おい、この店はこんな虫入りのスープを客に出すのか？虫？一体何なんだこの虫は？これでこの店の評判はガタ落ちだ。すみませんお客さん、わかりません。私、昆虫にはあまり詳しくないもので。ふざけるんじゃ！ねえ！
Okay, so now that I've told you about Sanji's existence, I'm finally gonna tell you about this fabled big boy shiz, because I've been building up to it longer than... Anyway, so Sanji's really cool because of his quote-unquote backstory that feels more like a small part of his past, because we don't know how he ended up on this boat. So, he's on like this passenger boat or whatever, trying to be a cook.
Sometimes foreshadowing is relatively obvious. Sometimes foreshadowing is relatively obvious.
When suddenly the big bad... I don't remember the name, but they probably had further leg in their name somewhere, and like a typical Gen Z person named please look it up, plus it doesn't really matter. Anyway, pirates attack and blah blah shit happens, and Sanji and the pirate captain go overboard and end up on this muffin island stranded in the middle of nowhere. Now, in the anime, they changed something here, which I think is really important, so I'll be telling you the manga version. Okay, so they're on this muffin, and Zeph, the pirate captain, has this big bag of food and this smaller bag of food, and gives Sanji the smaller bag while telling him that he's getting the big one because adults need to eat more, plus he shouldn't really give a shit about a small child anyways. He then tells him to go to the other side of the muffin and look for any ships, and only to talk with him if he sees one. No ships have come, and the food is gone. Sanji, starving, goes to the other side of the muffin where Zeph is sitting with a gigantic bag still filled with food. Sanji goes up to Zeph with a knife to steal his food. All that comes out of the bag is a bunch of gold, jewels, and treasure. Zeph has cut off one of his legs and eaten it in order to be able to survive. This backstory is amazing. Not only because it's powerful and very enjoyable to watch/read, but because it gives Sanji an actual reason as to why he does what he does in the arc, and why he feeds anyone no matter who they are. Now, you gotta admit that that's cool as shit, especially for something aimed at teenage boys. And you wanna know the best part? The next story arc is even better. Don't believe me? Well, you should go and find out for yourself, shouldn't you? I am coaxing you into watching One Piece all on your own. I have all of the power. Now, okay, I'll admit that I am being a little bit misleading here, because in my opinion, the main bad guy for Baratie is, well, actual garbage. And looking back on this early part of One Piece, a lot of the time it's kind of weird and clunky and stupid. But it's fine, because the message and themes and all that other smart philosophical stuff, that's done really well. Mostly. Now, what I said before about the anime changing what happens, it only ever happens at the start. Like, for example, in the manga, it doesn't start with Luffy in the barrel on the boat, but instead Luffy as a kid doing some cool Luffy stuff, which in the anime you get a little later. Personally, I'm not bothered by this change too much, but what I am bothered about is them changing Zeph losing his leg. Because you see, in the anime, he doesn't eat it. Instead, he loses it by saving Sanji or whatever when they went overboard, while Sanji is drowning, and somehow Sanji magically remembers it or some BS, even though he was practically unconscious and drowning. Now, I made this video to celebrate One Piece and how much I love it, so I don't want to be negative about it because that just ruins the experience for everybody. But I am gonna be frank with you. The anime is absolute garbage, and the only reason I could sit through this is because I was a 10 to 11-year-old child with nothing better to do with my time. So my recommendation is, if you want to experience One Piece, read them. I know, I'm sorry, but I'm only saying it because it's true. Look, I don't know, if you like movement and sounds that much, you can paint out the characters and like act out some kind of Shakespeare-type play with them while the One Piece OST is blaring in the background if you want.
Hello, I am Phoebe, and I know like war. Please stop war. Ha ha ha! My name is be Sir Crocodile. I will destroy thou's country, Vivi-chan. Also, I am Sand. Sand Undertale.
Hello, I am a Monkey Dick Luffy, and I will stop you, Sir Crocodile.
Thou wilt never stoppeth me, Luffy, for thou cannot fathom my incomprehensible power, for I truly have the most exquisite power in the world, sand. Luffy, use water gun! How is this possible? How did thou figure it out, my only weakness? But actually get trolled, haha, LolXD, you are now no water. My character will keep getting worse, and why do I have Crocodile's voice? And worse as time progresses. But as of this point, I'm still a cool, mysterious person who can read box language. This box language says something that I did not want it to say, so therefore I shall lie to my dumbass boss so that I can get the fuck out of here. Robin, have thou read the box? Does it say anything about my weapon? No.
Hey bitch boy Crocman, I don't need no water, I only need blood.
Thou figured out my only other weakness. Any liquid on the planet. How could this happen, Someone poop in my newspaper.
Or if you really don't want to read the manga, I've got something very cool for you. It's called One Piece. Funny joke, I know. And it's a project started by God himself that edits and condenses the episodes down into something that actually feels like it's moving and not going 5 times slower than. However, it doesn't have all the arcs condensed because, well, it's a hobby and the people who do it have no obligation to do it at all. The link for it is in the description. If you, however, don't believe me and want to suffer through the anime normally, I implore you to compare the chapter and episode numbers of the Dressrosa arc while keeping in mind that an average anime adapts 2 to 3 chapters per episode. Enjoy! I sure went on a rant, sorry about that. Where was I? Oh right, One Piece is really cool. I feel like I've given a pretty good example on why One Piece is cool, and if I'm being honest with you, I have no clue what else to say. Not because there isn't enough, but because there's too many options. Like, you know how when you list things and use etc., you're supposed to use it when there's too many things to list, but most people just use it when they've run out of things to list? Yeah, it feels like I'm using etc., but in the actual intended way this time. Like, come on. How is anyone supposed to condense 1,000 plus chapters into one video about how good they are? Like, yeah, I could just throw around the usual buzzwords like world building and pacing, but most of the time, people just use those concepts as filler words to say that you like something while sounding smart. Like, yeah, sure, One Piece's world is really cool and fun, and it adheres to its own fantasy rules, and the characters are really good too. You know how I just told you Sanji's backstory? Well, every character, I mean every main character, has a really cool and really tragic backstory. Apart from Zoro's, which is literally just like, my friend fell down the stairs and died, so now I must become the world's greatest swordsman. I'm not kidding, that's literally it. Oh, you know what I love about One Piece? The fact that it can be both serious and funny at the same time. I know everyone says this about One Piece, but it's true. For example, there's this scene in the Drum Island arc, which the anime did amazingly, where Luffy has to carry a sick Nami and almost dead Sanji up like a 5,000 meter drum mountain, or whatever they're called. Mountain probably isn't the right word to use here, it's more like he climbed up a 5,000 meter wall while carrying 2 people in a fucking blizzard. After pain, he reaches the top and we cut to them lying in bed. So what do you think happens after a really painful and emotional scene? Luffy and Sanji chase the doctor's reindeer student thing because they think he would be tasty. See what I mean? I mean, sure, it isn't very funny, but it's lighthearted. And it doesn't feel like it's stupid, like it feels like it doesn't matter that they were dying 5 seconds ago. It just feels right. It feels One Piece. God, I feel like such a pretentious asshole saying that, but it's really cool, okay? You're also probably wondering why I haven't addressed the elephant in the room. How is it possible to climb drum? Well, One Piece usually explains this stuff in a show-don't-tell type of way. So I'm gonna show you what I mean with this example. Alright, so you see this guy? Try to guess what species/race/thing he is. You've got option A, fishman. Option B, dumbass. Option C, giant vampire. And option D. Option D is always incorrect. If you picked option C, then congratulations. You're wrong, because he's actually a human. Yeah, you heard me right. A 6.92 meter tall penis neck human. Basically, what I'm trying to say is that the people in One Piece aren't very grounded in reality, because this is fiction. So, in the One Piece world, sure, it's still hard to climb 5,000 meters, but humans aren't really humans. So, it makes sense. Or maybe it's just plot armor, what the hell do I know? Look, you can't not have plot holes in a 1,000 plus chapter story. And if you disagree with me, then how about you try making your own? This ties into what I was saying earlier about how I can go on and on about stuff like narrative structure and character motivations and other big word things like that. But at the end of the day, people watch stuff because they want to have fun and relax and escape their problems and not have to think about how a person can climb 5,000 meters. Now, I'm not saying that you should just ignore all plot holes and flaws in the stuff you watch, because that'd be stupid. But when it's something like this, then I don't think it should really matter too much. In fact, I don't even know why I'm talking about this so much. So sure, the anime often feels like it's an EA copy-paste cash grab in terms of pacing and animation quality, although it has gotten better, and honestly some parts of One Piece just aren't the greatest, but One Piece is just fun. It's fun to immerse yourself in the coolest shit world. It's fun to watch Luffy get fucked but eventually annihilate the bad guy. It's fun to watch the crew just hang out, and it still manages to be fun to this day. Even if they have been using the same jokes for the past 20 years. I'm looking at you, Nami. It's fun to watch a 720p but actually 360p Indonesian One Piece epic moment video from 7 years ago, made by One Piece Best Moment. But I think the clip I am about to show you is the one thing that stands above all of that. It's the one single byproduct of One Piece that justifies its existence and makes the time investment worth it. God himself marveled at this monumentous video. So I'll play the clip for you now.
What's going on? What's going on? Dragon ain't dead! The mom's dead! What? Fuck! I missed it! Pirate!
I hope you enjoyed this test run of me making quote-unquote video essays. This was just like a passion project that I decided to do because I was bored and really wanted to do something. And I wanna thank my friend Vito for really helping me with like encouragement and also actually making some parts of the video. He also spent like 40 euros on printer ink, so I feel like thanking him is the least I could do. And I also want to thank my mom and the official One Piece fandom wiki, because without all of them, this video would have taken like 5 years more than it already has to make. So please forgive me for being bad, and also subscribe, because I want to hit 69 subscribers by the end of 2021. Funny number, instant comedy. I know. Bye. What are you doing? The video's over. Oh, I get it. You saw that there was time left in the video, so you decided to see what kind of masterful comedy Mr. I can't pronounce your channel name whips up this time. Well, I hate to break it to you, but there's nothing here. So just go. I'm being serious. Go. You already wasted 30 minutes watching this. Why do you want to watch all of it? Like, the video's message is over. There's no point to watching anymore. Go. Just go. Go watch One Piece already. The main character's dick can stretch. Go!